Well, again, thank you to both of you. You both have deep knowledge of the matter that is near and dear to everybody's heart on this committee. We embrace NATO and want to see it continue to prosper. It's, I believe, truly stronger today than it's ever been. Putin seems to never miss an opportunity to make a mistake, and the mistakes he's made has actually done a lot to strengthen NATO, not the least of which is to add 2 new members and the considerably longer border of his with NATO. So we're going to continue to support NATO in every way we can. I have a question for each of you, and I'd like your thoughts. I believe, although Putin has made a lot of mistakes, there's a mistake I think he won't make, and that is I don't think he will engage militarily a NATO country. We have committed to our allies that Article 5 means exactly what it says. That includes the Baltic states and everybody between there and Los Angeles. And I personally met with the Baltics right after the invasion of Ukraine. They were concerned, and I assured them that our position and policy of the United States is not 1 square inch of NATO ground will be given up, not 1 square inch. I think that message has been conveyed to Putin loud and clear. I think he understands it, and I don't think he'll make that mistake, which would be a disaster for his country. Your thoughts, please, starting with you, Mr. Rowe.
Well, sir, I think that deterrence is a matter of capabilities and will, and I would just submit there could be 3 or 4 measures that NATO might want to undertake to strengthen Article 5. Number 1, Putin has been undertaking a campaign of hybrid attacks, numbering in the dozens, if not hundreds, of incidents across the NATO alliance for years now. It might be worth considering calling an Article 4 meeting of the North Atlantic Council to discuss how to push back and deter against these hybrid attacks. Operation Baltic Sentry kicked off in January to guard against sabotage attacks, but thus far information sharing and some legal action have been the only pushback we've seen from the alliance on this. Secondly, speaking of the Baltics, it might be worth considering upgrading the battle group in Estonia to a brigade level. We have this now in Lithuania thanks to the German brigade as of last month, which was activated. And quite frankly, the Estonians have invested more in long-range fires and pre-positioning stocks. It's very expensive to host a brigade. But really the issue there is the framework nation, the UK, only has 2 maneuverable heavy brigades in the British Army today. We need to find a way, I think, to deploy more forward in that instance. And then third, it might be worthwhile considering the alliance in Romania and Poland shooting down missiles and drones which are violating NATO airspace. We've seen drones land across the Danube in Romania. We've seen missile impact in eastern Poland and killing farmers in Poland. That would be a measure that I don't think would be escalatory, but could help reinforce the Article 5, which is so important.
Good thoughts. Doctor?
I actually agree completely with my colleague. I think your question is a really important one, Chairman, because I would have agreed with you a few years ago that Russia would not risk a direct confrontation with NATO. I think at this point, seeing the trends in Russia's military capabilities, reconstitution, adaptation, the buildup in Russian forces, there is no other reason to do that unless you're expecting a confrontation with a much larger potential adversary than Ukraine. Because just to fight the war in Ukraine, Russia doesn't need to do what it's currently doing. So that is a very clear signal that there are long-term strategic plans. I'm not sure that it will happen in the next 5 years, as the Secretary General Rutte said, but certainly no longer a 20 or 25-year horizon. That being said, I think whether that happens or not depends a huge amount on the United States in particular. Some of the recommendations that my colleague, Mr. Rao, made in supporting the eastern flank are critical. Russia will be deterred if it sees that we are acting from a position of strength, and we are there with our allies. I think in addition to what Peter has just suggested, I think there's huge opportunities in learning from Ukraine's deployment of autonomous systems in the Black Sea in particular, as well as what our allies have been doing in the Nordic-Baltic region to further push back and also provide more ISR capabilities so that we can at least have a red flag warning if we are seeing some sort of confrontation emerging from Russia. But I think the shadow war or hybrid threats that Russia has been carrying out across Europe are significant, and they are very aggressive, and we have very, very few deterrent capabilities there.
Good thoughts from all of you. Thank you. Senator Shaheen.